Blood Hunt is a free-to-play battle royale vampire hero shooter game with a 45-player battle royale match count. This is a game that was originally launched on Steam in early access in September, with its official release coming this past April. Unlike the other battle royales, this battle royale verticality is key because, as the title implies, you are playing as a vampire. And because you are a vampire, every single building is scalable. You can climb up any building at any point in time, so having high ground is very important in this game. Because you are a vampire, it would only make sense that you could feast on humans, which, that would make sense. But when you feast on humans, they provide, not only do they heal your character up for health, but they also provide benefits and buffs to your character. Things such as giving you an extra life charge or boosting your cooldown speed so that your abilities come off cooldown faster. The one thing about this is that because it is a hero shooter, every vampire has their own set of abilities. They are broken up into clans with the exception of one character currently. But basically you have a clan ability that is unique to both the two characters. You have a passive ability which is exclusive to each individual character. And you also have your signature ability, which, much like your passive, is character specific. The good thing about a Blood Hunt is that everyone that plays this battle royale, you start with an extra life. So unlike other battle royales where it's a one and done, you're dead, you're out of the game unless your teammate revives you, in Blood Hunt you have an extra life. This extra life can also be recharged by feasting on humans. That said, when you are not in a match, you have your main hub, your area where you're free to explore, and in this area is where you collect quests and objectives that need to be completed in-game. But aside from that, that is basically what makes this battle royale different than all the other battle royales, is that you are a vampire, it's a hero shooter, and it has its own set of atmosphere, it's set in third person, and quite frankly, I like this. This was a very unique twist to the battle royale formula, not your prototypical formula. I know Apex has its own thing. Fortnite had its own thing with its building. Don't know if that's ever going to come back. But this one is that you are vampires. And I think it's a cool concept, a very cool concept. And it's very different and it adds a little freshness to the battle royale formula. But once you get past that, this is true a battle royale. You have solos, duos, and trios for matchmaking modes. Because it is a free-to-play battle royale, you get the usual tropes. A battle pass system, microtransactions for all the cosmetics with the customization, and all of these things are standard battle royale. As stated, this is a free-to-play game. It will cost you nothing to play it. On PlayStation 5, though, you do get two graphical modes, performance and fidelity. Personally, I don't have the tech like Digital Foundry does, but I did notice that this game I would recommend playing in the performance mode because in the fidelity mode, the frame rate is not a locked 60 FPS. And when considering that this is a PvP battle royale, having frame rate is probably more important than the slight resolution or fidelity buff that you get in the fidelity mode. The controls in this game are pretty solid. In my playtime, I haven't really experienced any bugs or glitches, so it is a pretty polished product in my opinion. But not everything is perfect with Blood Hunt. There is a balance issue with some of the characters are being stronger than others. I noticed that when I experimented with a few different ones with all their kits, there is a bit of a balance issue when it comes to the abilities. Some are stronger than others. It is clear cut and needs some work, but that can happen over time. Another issue that I have had with this game is the lack of weapon variety. So in Blood Hunt, there's basically one AR and it's an AK-47. That's basically it, right? There's different versions of it. There's a green, there's a blue, slight differences to things like ammo count, but that's it. There isn't like 3 or 4 different ARs, 3 or 4 different SMGs. It's usually the loot pool is not deep enough. I find that the loot pool is too narrow. Maybe they'll add more weapons as time goes on. But I find that there's not enough variety with the weapons compared to other battle royales. Lastly, one of the other issues that I experienced in this game is because it is set in a city and oftentimes people are on top of high grounds, it is very difficult to distinguish one building to the next. So if you're playing in a squad, making callouts to things like, oh, the guy's on this building or the guy's on that building, it's kind of difficult. Yes, you do have your compass, but it's still difficult because everything looks alike. Everything is very, very similar. There is a ping system which can be very helpful in coordination with your compass, but it can be difficult to identify specifically when it comes to callouts where people are. Aside from that, I think Blood Hunt is a very good battle royale. I think it has a very unique twist. It has its own niche. And because of this, I think this is a battle royale that will retain its own audience. Much in the same way Apex has its audience, and the same thing with Fortnite. I think Blood Hunt will have its own because of the vampire theme in how everyone can scale, everyone has their own abilities. I mean, it's just a different take on the formula. And the pacing of the matches is actually pretty good paced. I felt that matches weren't overly long or overly dragged out. And what gets interesting is as the circle gets smaller and smaller, you end up having much bigger firefights, especially if players have their extra life still. Because then you're killing them, and then they're respawning, and the fight, it just ends up being a massive war at the end at times. And it's different than your usual battle royale where two sides are camping and waiting to see who sees who, and it's very slow. There's a lot of action at the end of matches, which I could appreciate. All in all, I'm giving Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt a 7.5 out of 10. It is a free-to-play battle royale. Definitely worth checking out. This is Veteran Gamer, and I hope to see you guys next time.